Straight to our next conversation. The extradition of Simon Ekpa is still very much in progress. The federal government has submitted most of the requirements to fast-track the process. The Chief of Defense Staff General Christopher Musa expressed hope that the government of Finland will do the right thing to expedite the process. Ikeo, in your opinion, is the federal government doing all it can to make sure that Simon Ekpa faces justice?
No, they are. The federal government is doing its best, but whether it will be extradited to Nigeria is what we do not know. You know, extradition trials are by nature very tricky. They can last for years. At the end of the day, you may not even achieve your aim. And that's why, especially where the accused person has the citizenship of Finland. They may want to try him using the laws of their own country rather than sending him here. Some of the negative stories about our country, they in fact work against this extradition. Because by constantly accusing the judiciary of not being up to it, of being corrupt, you are saying that the justice system in our country does not always favor people who are up against the government. It does not always favor activists and all that. So he's accused of propagation of terrorism-related rhetorics and all that. So, which is a crime in their own country, in Finland. So it all depends on how Nigeria pushes aggressively the case for his trial. Otherwise, remember the case of Ibori now. Ibori was put, the EFCC had a case against Ibori. Ibori was deemed not to have committed an offense. And the same document, the same facts that the justice system here didn't use to convict him were used to convict him in the UK. They not only jailed him, they jailed his wife, they jailed girlfriend, they jailed lawyer.
His lawyer too.
So what are we talking about? It's I know that Ekpa's lawyers are going to argue that he will not get justice in Nigeria. And some of the things that Nigerians write about our judicial system may actually work against us.
But this is a matter of terrorism. Nigeria is signatory to Rome Statute.
Yes,
Finland is all.
Yes,
why should he not be?
I'm hopeful. Why I'm hopeful is this. I agree with him absolutely that because of the way our judiciary is perceived, it may be very, very difficult. Because, European governments do not joke with human rights. If they believe that the person being accused will not get justice or fair justice, they will believe that it is not fair to extradite the guy to your country. But what I'm hopeful is that already he has been detained in Finland and been tried there. So that shows that they do not agree with the things he was doing.
Okay.
And there are enough evidence to show that he engaged in act of terrorism. I know all over the world, governments do not joke with terrorism.
Sure.
That is the only thing that can work for us. So that's why I'm hopeful, because people like Ekpa should be made to account for all the nonsense I did. You cannot stay in another country and wage war against your country and incite people against your country. And you think that
he's making money off
all this nonsense. Exactly. And you think he can get away with it. He must be brought to account. He must pay for all the nonsense he did. So I'm hopeful that he will be. But even if he's not, he will.
Justice will be served.
Yeah, justice will be served. People in Finland, because already he's in prison and he has been denied bail. So justice will be served.
And they've established that they were actually using the group to make money.
Yeah.
Some guys who are working with him, mobilizing money, and the guys of
from everybody.
Yes, in the guise of freedom fighting, they've been arrested. So it's not the only person who has been arrested. So I think that they have a good hang on the matter, and somehow, justice will be served and seen to have been served. But whether they will extradite him to Nigeria, only a proper extradition trial will determine that.
But another thing, before we go to our Zoom guest, will the arrest and possible extradition of Simon Ekpa bring peace to the Southeast?
No, not necessarily. Because you know that Simon Ekpa himself is a faction. The core people in IPOB do not really agree with him.
Yes.
He's just somebody that, because of incarceration of Kanu, he played on that. He played on that vacuum. He occupied it and was using it for himself. Even when he would give order that people should not come out on a particular day, IPOB will say no, they are not part of that.
Yes.
And he kept getting away with it. So that will not solve all the problems. Because the issue,
he doesn't even believe in Nnamdi Kanu anymore.
Yes, anymore. Yes.
Because there was a time I did issues with Jide.
Yes.
I was saying that, look, the people still respect Nnamdi Kanu more than him. He launched into tirade. He was attacking me because I said in the Southeast, the people still see Nnamdi Kanu more as a hero than himself. He started attacking me. So to him now, Nnamdi Kanu does not amount to anything. He's just doing what he's doing, believing that, okay, he has replaced
Nnamdi Kanu in the struggle. So what will now bring peace to the South? The release of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu?
Nobody can guarantee that the release will put an end to this agitation. I think that over time, cultists never do well. So all kinds of people have hijacked the struggle. And that's why Nnamdi Kanu will sign that there is no seat at home anymore.
Yes.
He used his own hand, he wrote it. When Senator Ifeanyi and Eze Chukwuemeka of Enugu Aguleri went to see him in detention, he said, okay, from now on, in the past, they said, okay, only when it's brought to court.
Okay.
Yes, he still sit at home. Later, they went to her and said, this thing is destroying the economy of the Southeast. I think Senator Abaribe also joined them.
Okay.
And he agreed. In his own hand, he said, no more sit at home at any time. Yet, Simon Ekpa, who did not institute it in the first place, this thing was instituted by IPOB. Simon Ekpa continued to do sit at home. So it's like, as far as he's concerned, it has nothing to do with IPOB. And that was why IPOB disowned him.
Yeah, he's not powerful.
He said, no, we do not approve of his action.
Exactly.
So we will see what happens. I know that Kanu's release will definitely reduce.
Yeah, go a long way doing that.
To put an end to it, I don't know.
Okay. All right. Still talking about, I think we're having issues with our Zoom guest. We're having issues with our Zoom guest. But the issue of the matter of extradition, can the extradition process work? Can Nigeria actually satisfy that process? Another question is the fact that Nigeria does not have extradition treaty with Finland.
That is the main problem. That is not whether it can be extradited or not. The problem basically is that we don't have a treaty.
The treaty.
So they are not under any obligation, legal obligation to extradite it. Because we don't have a treaty. That is the main problem. Not that, because we have enough evidence.
But we have bilateral relationship with them.
Yeah, but yes.
Is that not a
bilateral relationship is different. Having extradition agreement is different.
Countries going to
it's different.
Such deals to exchange prisoners.
Yes.
To exchange detainees and all that. If, for example, between us, The UK and UAE, for example, they have it. And that's why it was easy to send.
Yeah.
It was easy to send
Ibori
to that place. So Nigeria, I remember that we actually signed during the Buhari regime. We got into that deal with the UAE. And you've seen that the UAE even helped us to arrest some sponsors
of Boko Haram. Yes, exactly.
So
I remember.
now, so it is really of value when countries get into this kind of agreement. We say, okay, we will exchange prisoners, we'll share information about insecurity, and know that we will exchange detainees, as the case may be. It's really of value. If that had been the case, someone will know that he will, by now maybe will even be in Nigeria.
Well, of course, by now, yeah.
I was thinking maybe there would be some, since it's a matter of terrorism here.
No, it's what I'm saying. There's a difference between almost all countries have relationship with each other.
Exactly.
It's different from when you have a bilateral agreement, because that bilateral made it binding on you to do that. Now, because you don't have that bilateral agreement, it is now left for the government of Finland to use their discretion to agree whether they should send the person to you or not.
All right, wonderful people, welcome back. It's so funny that the NIG government, the agents of the government, the mercenaries knows how faulty they are. It was very funny when these people started talking about the NIG judicial system that is very porous, weak, and perverse justice. It's a system that perverse justice, where justice is denied to the common man. The law court is supposed to be the last hope of the common man, but in a country where we find ourselves, the judicial system is very, very weak. Before I continue, remember what happened in America that after Trump became the elected president, the judge still gave his judgment on his charging Trump for hush money. But that cannot happen in Nigeria. Imagine the 2023 election. What is his name? The Central Bank of Nigeria chairman, governor, MFL, and then government of Buhari did to the Nigerians, and then Tinubu came, take over. Immediately he declared nullified fuel subsidy, and the people plunged into suffering. The lawyers cannot talk, nobody can mess up, nobody can open mouth to say anything, in order to indict the government. Everybody wants favor from the government. It's a government and a country whereby the politicians have weaponized poverty. Somehow they know the policeman is poor, he doesn't have a house. They know the army man is poor, he cannot even afford a good living. They know the civil defense man is barely feeding his family. The lecturer right there in the university is barely feeding. His salary or her salary is just for peanuts. Considering the present economy, that salary does not even serve 1 month with the family, the school fees and everything. So considering this fact, the politicians that we have understood this thing very well. They have understood weaponizing poverty against the populace in order to achieve their aim. Once it's election, you see them sharing rice, sharing keke bus, sharing keke itself, that's to recycle, sharing sewing machine, wheelbarrow. I was surprised of one state where the the senator representing a particular constituency shared wheelbarrow to the youth as a youth empowerment in this 21st century, that we are not even supposed to be seeing things like barrow. Should be modernized train, that even from inside your village you can board a train and get to where you are going. from inside your village, you can come out and board a train and go to Lagos. But some of these things, they are big deals in this nation. So the politician knows this, and he's using it to punish the people. He knows that when he brings out that bag of rice, that the poor masses will kill themselves in order to be able to acquire it. So what he does is make sure that these people suffer the more, so that he will be able to control them. It's called the power of poverty, weaponizing poverty against the citizens. All right, it was surprising to me that these people know that the judicial system is biased. They first of all started talking about Simon Ekpa and how he's going to be extradited. That is how the other one reminded him of the porousness of the NIG judicial system, where the judge does not uphold judgment. In other countries, that woman, that symbol of judgment, the woman with the gavel on the other hand, and with the woman with sword on the other hand, and with a weight scale on the other hand, and the woman's eyes are covered. It shows that judgment does not see anybody. But in Nigeria, that woman you are seeing, they have removed that cloth from her eyes. The scale in her hand is not even scale, it's bag of money. And the other one, that's the sword in the right hand, is no more sword. That sword is a hotel reservation in Paris. So once you are able to give the lawyer 200 million naira, or maybe in dollars, buy him a new Land Cruiser, 240 million, maybe 2023 or 2024 Land Cruiser, build him a good house, or if you find out that the money could be able to, acquire him a house in Lekki, or maybe one of the best estates, and he will still train his children abroad and travel to abroad whenever he desires, he takes the money. The people are so poor that the only thing they value is money. And whenever a nation, degenerates to the point of valuing only money, they are forgetting human capital, forgetting principles, forgetting morals, forgetting rules and regulations, forgetting the constitution. That these things called constitution were made because already man is a being, an uncontrollable being. Because without constitution, without the laws, without the rule of law, everybody will be doing whatever they want. Every single person will be doing whatever they want because there is no law. But where there is law, where there is rules and regulation, you find that people tend to, arrange themselves. For example, if you get to a junction where there is traffic lights, the message that the traffic is passing to you is that the traffic light has about three light bulbs. One is yellow, one is green, and the other one is red. And when it's red, it means danger, you should wait. When it's yellow, it is telling you that somehow it's getting to your turn. And when it's green, it means go, you can pass now, you are free. So these are a kind of law that have been set there to guard humans, because humans are known to be reckless beings. Without rules and regulations, humans will be doing whatever they want. But in the country called NIG, is that some of these things has been removed. There is no more rules, there is no more regulations. People buy the office of authority with money. Presidents can buy it with money, governors can buy it with money, it can be given to somebody in favoritism, it can, all sorts of things that have made the government to fall. Because had it been that the government, the judiciary, the police, the executive, the legislature are upholding the tenets of the law, are upholding the law, it means that the nation will become a better place. If you offend, whether you're a senator, whether you're an IG in police, whether you're a governor, you'll be punished. But here, some people are above the law, they are above punishment, and that has become the foundation of the nation. And there is no way that nation can be happy There is no way people living there can become happy, because the order of the day is lies. So you kill someone and you get away with it because you have money. You break the national bank's fund, you steal all the money, you still go scot-free because somehow you have acquired a lot of money to even buy the lawyer in the law court. And you see the foolishness. They gave you this lawyer, they are giving like 200 million. They stole 500 billion. Your money of everybody's money, including your money as a lawyer. Then they came to you, out of 500 billion, they gave you common 200 million naira and said, overrule this judgment, rule the judgment in my favor. A single person, one man single-handedly stole a big money, and they gave you small as a lawyer. And of course, as a lawyer, you know that this money that this man stole is going to benefit you and benefit the whole generation. It's not one person's money. Then you decided to collect peanut out of your national treasure. You just collected peanut, and you gave a judgment in the favor of one who have stolen all the money, including your money, because whatever money that the government is getting, it is everybody's money. The governments are supposed to be accountable. They are not above the law. Those in power are not above the law to be asked some questions. Where is the public fund going? What did you people do with the budget? How was the budget spent? Give us a rundown of how the budget was spent. Let us know. Some of these things, some of this transparency makes the government of every single nation to become better. It makes the government to move forward. All right. This is where I'll be winding down the curtain. And if this is actually your first time of joining us, kindly go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, share, and also remember to on your notification button so that whenever our news drop, you will be the first one to collect them. Remember, I always do here for you. I see yourself. You go the day for me. Thank you. God bless you immensely. Turn my kind of share button now.